Hello, everybody. This is Ian. Welcome to my live stream. And I've not been streaming live for a long time now. And this is just a very casual live stream to go through some comments and to chat with you guys, right? Anyone who has anything that you want to ask me, this is the best time to ask me and to chat with me. Hello, Zed, and announcer. How are you, sir? You are the sir, not me. So today I'm just gonna go through some of the comments. I've not gone through much comments. Honestly, I didn't have the time to go through comments on my YouTube channel, so I'm just gonna go through the comments and answer them one by one. And if you guys have is not in this live stream, you can watch or watch the replay of this live stream. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through and I just see which one is relevant to answer. Okay, I see one from Arch TK3176. Unsure if this will be better or worse than the Duno Titan S. Okay, let me just bring out the Duno Titan S. Let me see. Okay, so I've got the Duno Titan S here, and let's see if I have. Okay, so I've not listened to these earphones for a very, very long time now, so I'm just gonna listen to them and compare them. So Arch TK3176 wants me to compare this with the Rose Finch TRN Rose Finch. So let me grab that. There you go. So yeah, so this is the TRN Rose Finch. Let me just close the door. Okay, so let's just have a quick listen, and then I like this Final E ear tips. They are luminous. They glow in the dark. It's really nice. I like this ear tips. I got it from the Final booth. Okay, and they fit my ear very well, and I like these ear tips. Well built. $7 US for 5 pairs of ear tips. I mean, it's pretty good deal, So I'm gonna just hook this up to my iPad. Hello, hi Matthew. Hi. Okay, so can I ask if there's any way to fix channel imbalance? My KZ-ZBX has the issue. Unfortunately, there isn't a way to really fix that. You need to how do you know that you have channel imbalance? That's the first thing. And then if you really hear like one side is louder than the other side, then you will have to go back to your reseller and let them know. That's the first thing you need to do. Okay, so I've got the Duno Titan S. I think it's. I'm sorry about this. Okay, so let's put the Duno Titan S in the ears. I'll just listen a very quick listen to it because I've not heard it for a long time, so I'm just going to listen to it and then compare it with the Rose Finch. Okay. Let's see, just the songs will do. Okay, this is Angel by Sarah McLachlan. Okay, good bass, good vocals, very neutral, good sound stage. Alright, a very quick listen as I promised. Now I'll listen to the Rose Finch, and again a very quick one. And alright, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Matthew, I think you might want to check with your reseller and see if you can get a refund from them. Okay, so this is the Rose Finch. Let's listen to the song again. Okay, so the Duno Titan S. Okay, let me just grab my graph. So I already listened to it. Okay, now I'll grab my graph and Duno Titan S and my TRN Rose Finch, and then we'll talk about the graph. Based on what I hear. And what I hear is that the Duno Titan S sounds cleaner, it's better at vocals, and overall it's got more bass. That's something weird. Yeah, but this is the let me just tidy up the graph. Okay, it's weird. I don't understand, but on the graph, as you guys can see, the Rose Finch has got more bass. Yeah. But what I hear from the Duno Titan S is it's cleaner. The vocal sounds cleaner, more forward. It's got a wider sound stage as compared to the Rose Finch. Rose Finch is got a more leaner sound. Yeah, which is kind of weird. And it sounds, well, I would say, a bit more sibilant. Yeah, a bit more sibilant than the Duno Titan S. Yeah, so okay, so that's for the first comment down. Let me just move on to the next one. Oh, there are more comments. Okay, so let's just address the comments first. Yong Jie, have you heard the SimGod EW100? It's their sub to $20 IM that is selling in China. Unfortunately, I've not heard that IM, so I can't comment on that. Okay. Z and announcer. Hello sir, does Duno Titan S has a wide sound stage and good clarity? Okay, so Duno Titan S, it does have a wide sound stage. I wouldn't say wide soundstage, but is pretty natural soundstage, and it's definitely wider than the Rose Finch. That's why I just A/B them. So yeah, it's got a good wide soundstage, not bad for the soundstage for the Duno Titan S. Okay, and clarity wise, in terms of vocals, it's forward, so it's got pretty forward vocals for the Duno Titan S. So very good, very nice. Okay. Shadowhawk, just curious, which ear tips do you personally prefer on the Legato? Also, does it benefit a lot from cable upgrade? Fellow Singaporean here. So hi Singaporean. Okay, so for Legato, right, I personally using this Final E ear tips, the glow in the dark ones. I also use my Spinfits, which I have somewhere here. I'm not too sure where I put it. It's somewhere here. Okay, I think I have it here. Yeah, so I use my Spinfits 145. Okay, and my W1 also. Okay, so this is also pretty good. And yeah, that's about it. The stock ear tips, I don't really use them for the Legato. But yeah, I'm using these so far, the Final E ear tips. They, I would say, it's very comfortable to the ear, and it gives pretty well, it enhances the bass lah. That's one thing for sure, and it actually brings out more, how to say, the deeper end of the frequency for the legato, I mean, it's now on the Dunu Titan S, but for the legato, yeah, this final E ear tips bring out more of the frequency of the bass. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Next would be Mac Frank Ka Liu. Good evening, all from Hong Kong. Oh, hi. Hi Hanaba. Hi, hey Ian. Have you got your hands on Heart Mirror Zero? No, I haven't got my hands on that, sorry. And do you still recommend Olina or Olina SE? Well, it depends on what genre. I mean, what genre you listen to. Okay, Olina SE would be. I mean, I have no issues with Olina SE, but with Olina, I mean, it's pretty okay. But Olina SE is better in my books. Okay, I prefer Olina SE. But again, it depends on what you want to use it for, what genre of music you listen to. But in general, Olina SE is still a good recommendation for me. Okay, Mac Franca, curious if you would test the new DAP that comes in this year. Sorry, Mac Franca, which DAP are you referring to? I'm not too sure. Yeah, if you have the model, maybe I could. Yeah. Jov 10, Legato or CCA HM20, which one has a cleaner presence, frequency, overall balance, and better imaging sound state? Great video, keep it up. Legato or CCA HM20? CCA HM20. Do I have that? Let me check. I've got quite a few IEMs which, you know, fly under the radar. HM20. I don't think I have that, right? Do I? I have the CCA CA10. Yeah, don't think I have that. CSX, maybe, but I don't think I have the HM20. Yeah, but yeah, Legato, I mean, if you guys like bass, I mean, the bass is elevated lah, okay? So anything that, and one thing good about the Legato is that even though the bass is elevated, you still get clarity for the mids and the treble. So it's not entirely engulfed in the bass. So that's one thing good about the Legato. And the next IM that I've heard that is better than this Legato is the Fat Freak in terms of the bass, the overall coherence of the bass and the mids and the highs. So I mean, if you compare, right, Legato is like what, $109 US. The Fat Freak is 600. The Fat Freak Maestro Mini is $600 US. So it's 6 times more than the Legato, and those on the budget and you want to have quality bass, definitely the Legato is the way to go if you are bass head. So yeah, that's for the Legato. So I don't have the CCA HM20s, I think. I'm not too sure. I just got to check my inventory, which I don't think I have it. Yeah, I don't think I reviewed it as well. I'm not too sure. Anyway, moving on. Okay. Shadowhawk, thanks. I'm personally not a bass head, but I recently found a song and finally understood what 7Hz are trying to do. It makes a song sound grand with big bass. Yeah, I mean, for the Legato, right? Okay, we are back to the Legato again. Legato is how to say, is the type of bass whereby you is that unapologetic kind of bass. It's like giving you that kind of bass whereby it's just giving you that vibration to your ear without any haptic mechanics or anything like that. It's basically the dynamic driver pumping out that vibration to your ear. So I think it's basically a bass hit IEM. Okay. Okay, so that's for the Duno Titan S. Let me just put them back. Zed, okay, can you recommend me a $20 IEM with good soundstage and clarity? $20 IEM. Okay, so I think there are two which I would recommend, and that would be the Cellnote Zero, and the Warner. These two, if I have them out here. Hang on a second, let me just look for it. Let me just look for the... Don't think I have it here. No. Bear with me, guys. Oh, okay. No, this is True Zero. I really need to index this. I didn't index my stuff, so need to look for it. Oh, so I have the Warner here, and where's the 7Hz Zero? Oh, I had it here somewhere. There you go. Okay, so in terms of $20, I would recommend either the Zero or the Warner. Okay, either one would be good. But if you ask me to choose, I mean, Warner has got a more, it's got a warmer sound, right? So Warner is a bit warmer. Zero is a bit more neutral. With that, it's got a bit wider soundstage. In terms of clarity, I would say both are almost the same, and yeah, I think it's both comparable. It's just that the Warner sounds a bit more warmer than the Zero. So I would say it depends on your taste. You know what you like. So either one. Okay, either one. Okay, next. Let me see. JL. Just got here in due time to hear the incident. Okay. Next would be Kopi Okayo. Oh, hello boss. How are you, sir? Okay, so Larry is here. Larry is the co-tuner of Legato, right? And yeah, you can ask him any questions if you want. Shadowhawk. Personally think that Warner lacks resolution. Yes, it's true. 7Hz Zero is much better. Yes, it's true. But if you prefer a rounded sound, go for the Warner. Yeah, true. That's why I say with less resolution, the Warner has got a warmer sound, a more musical sound, a more fun sound compared to the Zero. Zero will sound more correct in terms of the tone and timbre. Mac Xiangling M0 Pro M1S. Sorry, I don't understand that comment, but yeah. Hi Hanaba, I read your forum post in the past that you like try Clarion tips. Is it good whiteboard? Well, that's up for Larry to answer that question. Okay. Alright, let me just move on with the comments. Okay, so let me go back to the comments. Let's put that one side. Okay, right, back to the comments. So I've answered this one. So the Duno Titan S, I would say it's a bit, well, I wouldn't say better or worse lah. Duno Titan S is my preferred one. Okay. Next is that's for my keyboards. Oh, what is your test cable? They look beautiful. So SMOLBO, right? So the cable that I was using is this one. All right, so this is the gray. I think I have it somewhere here. Let me see. It's available on Lazada if I have it here. So this is the cable that I'm using, the nice HCK gray flag, flagship 7N OCC and 6N OFC cables, right? So yeah, not cheap. It's not a cheap cable, okay? So yeah, it's a nice cable, right? So this is the cable I'm using, okay? So I hope that answers your question, small boy. Okay. Next would be, there is also a new TRN MT1 Max with 3 tuning switches. Yes, that's coming soon. Big overside. I don't know. That's not a question. That's a comment. I'll just answer questions. Okay, I'm not going to answer comments. Very nice price. Listening to this vid. Okay, this is mostly comments. Oh, I have a question. Okay, all right. So for the KZZAR, I have a question from Alberto Eugenio. Okay, I have a question with my ZAS. I have the famous drive flex problem, which turns most of my listening into fatigue. If I move or reposition the earpiece in my ear canal, I have to put down due to discomfort that causes. The question is, does the same thing happens to the ZAR model? Have you noticed that this model have the same annoying drive flex? Nope, so far I have no issues with the new ZAR. Yeah, the ZAR. So no issues with this, no driver flex for me. Mainly with the songs that I listen to. I listen to a lot of dark techno, a lot of trance and all that. I have no driver issues with that, so it's fine. Let's check the comments. Let me see. Oh, everyone's talking to Kopi Okaya. Okay. But it's fine, you know. Demi, I need you to recommend me something budget for listening to J-pop, rock, classical, and rock. What? Match rock? What is match rock? Okay, I've not heard of match rock before, but yeah. So you need something budget to listen to J-pop. Let me think. J-pop, you would need something that is bright, right? And something is budget and math. What kind of budget are you looking at? I mean, it's wide range from $20 all the way to a few $100s. Well, budget maybe below 100, I guess. Is that what you're looking at? I'm not sure. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking at a budget IEM for rock or J-pop, a lot of KZ IEMs and KZ IEMs that has got that bright, I wouldn't say sibling, most of them have sibling treble, okay, but some pretty good ones, like the latest one, the EDX or ESX, $100. Around 100 to 150. So for 100 to 150, actually that's not really a budget IM, but that's quite a lot. So I would say, actually, just now the Titan S, the Duno Titan S is pretty good for that. I mean, that's about $100. Sing, or is it US? Yeah, it's about $100. And then there's also BQEYZ. Hang on, let me just check my. I think BQEYZ is pretty good. BGVP, no. Where's my Hang on a second, let me just dig up BQEYZ. Where's my BQEYZ? Oh, there you go. This is pretty good. This has got piezo. It's got alright, so this is the BQE-YZ Topaz. And this one has got one DD and one piezo. And in terms of J-pop, rock, pop, those kind of genre of music, this IM is pretty good. Let me just bring up the graph if I can't find it. BQE-YZ Topaz. There you go. So the bass is on this is actually pretty linear. Okay, mid bass focus, mids focus, and that's what J-pop really needs, which is the mids focus on the mids. So yeah, I think this is pretty good. Let me see what else. Hey, where's the screen? Oh my god, I think I lost you guys somewhere. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah, who else? Let me see. Yeah, so this is one of my recommendations for the 100 to 150 range. And then Moondrop, actually, for planar, right? Planar, I would recommend actually Duno Titaness. No, the Duno Talos, right? The Duno Talos. That is, I think it's within your budget. Or actually, no, not the Duno. The Moondrop. Okay, Moondrop Stellaris. Here. Let me just look for it. Yeah. Okay. So this is a very for J-pop. This is really good. Yeah, I really like listening to this on J-pop. It's so clear. The vocals are so good on this. Okay. So yeah, but not many people can take the really harsh treble on this. So yeah, this is not for everyone, okay, in terms of the Moondrop Stellaris, but I really like the Moondrop Stellaris, especially for vocals, Japanese vocals. Let me just bring up the graph for this. Yeah, okay, and this is the graph. So if you look at the graph, I mean the bass is pretty harmonious. In the mids is also pretty harmonious, but it's the treble that makes everything pop, and the gain to the treble. That's how the vocals will sound really in your face. Yeah, and it's really harsh. I think for J-pop is fine. Those people who really like that torture, I call it a torture lah. Okay, I mean I like it, so it's good to me. I like it. Okay, so yeah, this is my recommendation, and also yeah, what I recommended just now. Yeah, this Moondrop Stellaris is pretty good for that, for J-pop. Okay, so moving on. I think Sound Zero is superb for J-pop. Yeah, I really like listening to Yosobi. Yeah, I mean, cell notes is clean, right? It's neutral. It's I mean the mids are at least it's not veiled by the bass. So you get a very neutral sound on the Zero. It's good for vocals. Okay, next comment, Mac. Ian, what would your recommendation for a mid-range IM for classical chamber music unplugged folk country? Wow, mid-range. What do you mean by mid-range? Yeah, so there's a lot of mid-range. I mean, your mid-range may be different from my mid-range. You know what I mean? When you say mid-range, is it like $300 or $500 or 1,000 is considered high range, I guess. So anyway, moving on. Manin Does LED Shure S12 Pro still okay? Thank you, boss. Okay, what do you mean by okay? So you see, there's a lot of meaning to whether this is okay or that is okay. You got to specify what do you mean by okay. Is it in terms of sound or the tuning or something? I don't know. What do you mean by okay? Maybe you specify on that. I can answer that question. Okay, Jovten, legato or HBB can for techno overall impressions, not only reduce on bass quality. Okay, so in terms of HBB can and legato, okay, in terms of overall clarity, I would say the legato. Okay, in terms of the mid bass, okay, let me just bring up the HBB can. If I have it somewhere here, damn, should I find it? Sorry about this. I just need to find it. And if I can't find it, it's fine. You know, it's somewhere around. I just need, oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So, in terms of the can and the legato, I would say, in terms of the mids a bit more forward for the can. Okay, I find that the mids, it's got a bit more clarity in terms of the for the can as compared to the legato. But in terms of overall listening, the overall quality of the sound, overall quality of the drivers, okay, sound separation, soundstage, both are almost there. This legato has got maybe a bit more edge in terms of the soundstage. Overall resolution as well is the legato, but in terms of tuning, legato definitely has got more bass, okay, and not as forward mids as the can, obviously. So if you ask me, overall listening preference, which I like, I mean, is of course the legato. The can definitely has got more forwardness in terms of the mids because it doesn't have so much elevation in the bass, right? But in terms of the elevation of the bass at the same time with clarity is still the legato, okay? I mean, definitely the can has got its points, okay, but it will definitely lose out in terms of sound, in terms of quality of the sound, the resolution, it will lose out to the legato. Okay, so that's my comparison of these two. Let me just bring up the graph just to show you guys. Where is it? QKZ. Can. Okay, so that's for the can, and then 700 legato. There you go. Look at the difference, right? And if you look at the bump here in the, can you guys see my mouse? Not sure I can see my mouse. Anyway, you look at that bump here. It's in terms of the mids, okay, the overall balance of the frequency itself, no doubt. But there's a mid bass tuck somewhere around this. I think it's 200. 200 hertz. No, 150. Somewhere there. 150 to 200. There is a tuck here for the mid bass, but it bumps up again for roughly about 300 where the lower mids are. So yeah, as I mentioned, the lower mids are more pronounced on the Khan as compared to the legato, but overall smoothness of the graph and the overall listening, experience with the on the graph, not just looking at the graph. Okay, the legato it sounds smoother, right? You've got mid bass kick there, all right, and overall it just sounds smoother with that, of course, with the sub bass elevation. Okay, and yeah, I think that's my overall look on this two lah. Basically, I think a lot of people is comparing these two, and if you ask me, yeah, this is still my preference. Of course, the price is different also, very different. Okay, moving on. Okay, Shadow Hawk. I do have some J-pop and listen mainly to K-pop. I think the 7Hz works great. Yeah, it does. Let me see. Next. Where am I now? Wow, there's so many comments. Let me just move on one by one. Okay. I think I lost you guys in the comments. Too many comments. And I think I'll just move on to the next question, I guess. Let me see. A suggestion from Mac. Test Shuangling M0 Pro and M1S. Well, if I have the M1S, that would be great. But I only have the M0 Pro. So, yeah, I hope I can have the M1. Okay, next. It's really unique a piece, but it needs more power. Yeah, it does. And I have that cable somewhere, and that cable gives it the power from single-ended to balance output. Next, Alvin V. Seems like Truth Ear Hexa is OOS everywhere, out of stock. It is? I don't know. I have not tried to buy them, of course. Let me see. Next. So all these are like chats. NDJDJ, best cheap bullet style IEM. There's no best. What is your, maybe you can tell me what is your listening experience or your listening preference, what you like in terms of bullet style. There's no best, but what I can recommend is what I just reviewed, which is, I think, let me just see, what did I just review? The bullet style, can't remember. There you go. The Linglong, right? Do I have the Linglong somewhere here? That single 6mm dynamic driver open back bullet style IEM is actually pretty good. I mean, it's not the most resolute, but overall sound in terms of the tonality and the timbre is a pretty good IEM or bullet style IEM. Hey, why can't I find it? Okay, I really need to categorize all this. So, okay, I cannot find it. It's somewhere here. But anyway, the Linglong is, from my memory, it's warm sounding, it's fun sounding, it's almost harmonious, and it's cheap. Is a very cheap bullet style IEM. It's nice. Okay, next, moving on. Let me see. Mid range to you is 200 to 500. Okay. So 200 to 500. Let me see. Well, I would say, let me think. I would go for this, a planar. Yeah, I think that's what I will go for. And this is the, I mean, I think if you guys have watched my planar shootout and all that, I mean, this is actually one of my favorite planar IM, which is the 7Hz timeless AE. Yeah, and if your budget is about 200 to 500, yeah, the AE would be my recommendation for Mac. Okay, let me see what else. Let me see. Elvin Wee, I was still considering between Legato and Hexa. Elvin, I think that is, in fact, it's two different IEMs. If you ask me, the Hexa is really harmonish. Is it? I think so. Let me just look at the graph. If I remember correctly, okay, the Trufier Hexa is actually, it doesn't have so much bass, okay, and yeah, it's in fact a very linear bass as compared to the Legato. It's two different tuning, if you ask me. Totally different tuning. So I don't think it's a fair comparison or fair, well, either or kind of thing. So yeah, I think you should get both if you like the linear bass of the Hexa and the bass head of the Legato, then I guess. Right, next, let me see. Thank you. That's how I review your tips. Let me see. Hi Hanabi. Okay, Ian, do you think budget sets like Tangju Warner and ZVX can beat Olina SE in terms of overall sound? I wouldn't say beat. Okay, again, in terms of resolution, from my memory okay, Olina SE has got very good resolution. So I don't think it's a fair comparison. I mean, you pay, you get what you pay for, right? I mean, Warner is $20, and the ZVX is $26 or something like that. And this Olina is $100. Okay, so in terms of tuning and all that, I think that's different in terms of the overall resolution of the IM itself. Okay, when I listen to the IM, it sounds clear, right? Warner, it doesn't sound clear, but it's got that warm sound as compared to even to the Zero, the Cell Note Zero. Okay, it's not as clear as the Cell Note Zero, you know, in terms of the Warner compared to the Zero. So it it all depends on what you want in terms of firstly your budget, okay, your budget, and then what kind of tuning you want, right? It's not a fair comparison to say that the Warner can beat the Olina SE in terms of overall sound. It boils down to your listening preference, what you want to listen to, what preference what kind of genre of music you listen to. Yeah, it's very, very subjective. Okay. All right. Next, NDJD. Have you listened to KBR Little Q? It's a cheap bullet style. I'm planning to get it. Yes. Let me see. Here somewhere. Little Q. KB here. Okay. That's the KBR Little Q. In fact, there's quite a few of bullet style earbuds. There's also the Moondrop, Droplet, and then KB Ear came up with the Little Q, and then there is also the, I don't know, there's so many weird names that they come up with, but it's somewhere in here. spend a lot of time looking for IMs. Okay, it should be in here. So this is the droplet, Moondrop droplet, one of the bullet style. Okay, and then one thing good about this bullet style IMs, right? They're good to sleep with. I tend to sleep with all these bullet style IMs. I can't find my little cube. I'm sorry, but I can't find it. Okay. But yeah, this is one of the bullet style IMs. This is the droplet. Okay, and well, it's almost the same. Yeah. So in terms of the little Q, right, I find that the bass is a bit boomy. Resolution wise, it's okay in terms of resolution. But overall, soundstage is fine. Didn't have a very good impression of the little Q, if you ask me. Yeah, but the KB ear. Oh man, let me just search for it again. There's this KB ear. What's that? Let me think. Dumpling. There you go. Yeah, I am really impressed with the dumpling. Right, so the KB ear dumpling, it sounds pretty good for the bullet style IM. Okay, moving on. Tim, hi Tim. Any recommendation for an IM around 400 to 500? I like balanced to bassy tuning. I listen mostly to rock. Okay, well, I mean, $400 to $500 IM is actually a bit above what I've been reviewing, so I'm not really the person to be recommending that price range for you. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, it's not, unfortunately, it's not what the brands or the resellers are sending to me for reviews. I'm actually getting all this well, $300, maybe maximum $400 IEMs and below to be reviewed, I guess. Okay, next, Chef Steve, what is the most detailed IEM under $50? Most detailed IEM. Oh wow. I've not done a comparison, to be honest. There are so many IEMs that is below $50 US, and in terms of the most detailed, oh man, let me think. Well, I can think of some that is detailed, but I can't really say that they are the most detailed. Okay, well, there is Zero. That's one thing in terms of details. There is the, let me think, what else? True Fear Zero as well. Okay, and then there's one IM called the Collar, Flow Audio Collar. That gives me a lot of details as well. And then the Tanschim Ola, that gives me a lot of details as well. Yeah, that's about there in terms of anything below 50. Okay, next, Matthew, is KZ DQS worth getting even if I have the QKZ HBB? KZ DQS. Oh, to be honest, I've not listened to that for a long time now. So let me just clear my table and see if I can find the KZ DQS. I think I saw it somewhere. And then, yeah, I have it here. Okay. And then QKZ HBB. Okay. So I have it here. So I can't remember how this sounds, so I'm gonna listen to it if I can. So put all this one side first. What is this to me? Okay, so DQS. Let's listen to it and then refresh my memory. I've not listened to this for a long time now. Yeah. Okay, fun, V-shaped, very colored. The vocals are quite recessed, and very good bass in terms of sub bass. In terms of resolution, I find it is not a very resolute sound, not very clear, but it's fine. Yeah, overall a very fun sounding IM. Okay, so that is for the DQS. Let me just bring up the graph, and I think it's the KZ DQS. There you go. Yeah, and QKZ HBB. Oh, well, the graph almost the same. Let me just bring up the QKZ HBB. Again, I've not listened to this for the longest time. I mean, there's so many IMs to listen to. Just need time. I don't have the time. That's all. That's the reason why I'm doing this live stream, so that I can answer all your questions and help you guys make the right decision, because I just want to help you guys, you know. Where's my QKZ? Man. Okay, I think for my next live stream, I will need to find an easier way to put my stuff in a more organized manner. But I can't find my QKZ. Okay, so sorry about that, but yeah, I think they sound almost the same. So if you ask me, right, between the QKZ and the DQS, it's a side grade. So why would you want to side grade? If I were you, I will upgrade, not side grade. I don't want to have a collection of IMs. Yeah, I can't find my QKZ, so sorry about that. Alright, next, let me see. Chef Steve, if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oh wow. Okay, so I think I like this song. This song always gives me that rumble, and this is the Taurus by Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah, this is the song that I listen to. Okay, next, Mac Devano. Hi Ian, IMs with the best soundstage. I know IMs are not really known for soundstage, and best resolution under $100 US. Wow. Well, in terms of soundstage, there's no best. I think in terms of soundstage, to me, this is my preference. Okay, it needs to sound natural. So the layout of the instruments, especially when I'm listening to orchestras, okay, the layout of the stage needs to sound as per what the artist intends for me to hear, right? And then of course the resolution, to me, planars, they sound the most resolute. Okay, the cleanest sound that you can find is planars. And as what I brought out earlier, let me just, in terms of, okay, I can't find anything that is 100, okay, but under 100, then let me think, what should be the best resolution under 100? This is so difficult to decide on one, but there isn't one. If you ask me in terms of resolution under 100, maybe the Truth Year 0. Yeah, I mean, in terms of overall resolution, yeah, that's what I would say. But other than that, there's quite a few actually. It's quite difficult for me to just, narrow down to just one. Okay, right. Anyway, moving on. Right. So let me see. Chef Steve, what is your favorite headphone? My favorite headphone is the HE1. That's my favorite headphone. Yeah, but I can't afford that headphone. But headphone that I own is the Hi-Fiman XS Edition XS. Yeah, so that's my favorite headphone. AIP, how do you rate the Legato? How do I rate the Legato? I would say this is the bass king. That's how I rate it. Right? If you are bass head, this is the bass head I am. The king of bass head I am. Yeah, that's how I rate it. Okay, so I've caught up with comments. Let me just move on with the comments on YouTube. Let's see, what else? How does it compare to the detail and technical performance of 7Hz 0? Okay, so this is for the D-Fi. So in terms of the technical performance, okay, so the 0 is 1dD, and this is also 1dD. So okay, so in terms of the details, I would say the 0 sounds, in terms of tuning, it's got a bit more bass than this, actually, if you ask me. Do I have it here somewhere? Can't remember where I put it. I was listening to it. Yeah, but anyway, let's bring up the graph for this. Can't really remember. 0, sound of 0. Okay, and the KZ D-Fi. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the default tuning. So yeah, I have to really listen to the two of them together. Now that you have mentioned it, right? These two, they look quite similar in graph, but I haven't compared them. Okay, so I have the 0 here, and let me look for the D-Fi. I think I have it here. And oh yes, I do have it here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to the D-Fi. Okay, so this is the D-Fi. I mean, why did they call it the D-Fi? Right, I'm not too sure why, but anyway, I'm gonna listen to the D-Fi and the 0, and just compare the two in terms of technicalities, right? The tuning wise, they are the same. To me, they look the same. almost. One thing is that graph is not everything. Okay, so guys, as I mentioned many times, graph is not everything. You need to listen to it with your own ears. I'm sure you guys know that. I don't need to remind you guys that. Okay, so yeah, so bear with me while I swap out to the D-Fi, and then the D-Fi, I need to switch this thing. I use this, and if you guys don't have any pin or anything like that, just use your multimeter. It needs to be all down. Okay, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of tunable IEMs anyway. But if there's anything, that'd be good. Okay, so let's just listen to the D-Fi and then listen to the cell note 0 and see which one I prefer. Okay, they sound almost the same. Okay, so I just want to okay. Okay, so very clean sound in the mids. The bass is very polite bass. The rumble is there, very neutral sounding, natural sounding. Clean highs, not offensive at all. Yeah. Okay, so that's for the D-Fi. Very quick listen, okay? Just to refresh my memory. And then I have my cell note 0. Okay, let me just why do I have Moondrop strap on that? Okay, so okay, so now I'm listening to the cell note 0. This is the red edition. I mean, basically no change in tuning. Okay, it's just that the color is different. Alright, let's reset the song. Cell note 0 sounds a tad more heavier in terms of the note. Oh no, sorry, it's got a linear sound, a more, yeah, it's not as warm as the D-Fi. It sounds cleaner as well and more natural sounding than the D-Fi. Well, so if you ask me, okay, again, the cell note 0, it's got a more natural sound as compared to the D-Fi. Even though they are very close, this two is very close if you ask me, right? If you're not picky, then they both sound almost similar, but I still prefer the cell note 0 in terms of the tonality. Yeah, cell note 0. Okay, alright, so that's for that. Let me just go back to the comments. Let's move on with the comments. Is KZ DQS worth getting? Oh no, I've not done that. Chef, what do you think of the KZ ATE? Sorry, I've not heard of KZ ATE. Hi Hanabi. Hey Ian, can you compare Heart Mirror with Olina SE in terms of technical performance? I know I asked about Olina SE a lot because Olina SE was a benchmark for under 100. Okay. Heart Mirror, well, if you ask me, right, I listened to the Heart Mirror and the Olina SE before. Sorry for that shake. I didn't intend to hit the camera, but yeah. But if you ask me, the Olina, in terms of technicalities, it's got better technicalities compared to the Heart Mirror. Heart Mirror, in terms of the tuning, I'm not talking about the Pro. I'm talking about the original Heart Mirror. It sounds natural. I mean, Olina also sounds natural, but if I'm not wrong, the Olina has got a better technical performance as compared to the Heart Mirror. Yeah, that's what I remember lah. Okay. So if you talk about that, Olina is still my choice as compared to the hard mirror. Right, next. How do you rate? No, I've done that. Chefs, have you tried Stacks? Stacks? Yeah, I think I tried it in the show, in Can Jam. But other than that, I don't really have much impression of it. Okay, next, Ro Arima. Recommendations for below $300 fun set. Oh, that's an easy fun set to recommend. Which is this? Legato. You want fun? You want to have fun? Legato. That's my easy recommendation, man. I mean, it's the bassiest, and yeah, you get a lot of fun with that, listening to it. Vibrations in your ears, earthquake in your brains. A lot of fun. Okay, next. Hi Ian, wish I joined a bit earlier. Oh, hello Faut. Zia. Okay. Alvin, the upcoming green Warner looks good though. Well, looks is one thing. Tuning is the other, of course, you know. If you don't have the original Warner, so yeah, can get it. But if you already have the original in the white or transparent or whatever, what's the point of getting another one, right? Okay, let me see. Hi Hanaba, Ian, can you compare Sigreal, Airship and Olina? Their graph looks similar, but Airship has more bass. Okay. Let me see if I can bring up my Sigreal Airship. What I remember is that the Airship has got a lot of bass as well, and a pretty solid bass, and technicalities of it is also pretty good. In fact, better than the Olina, if I'm not wrong. Okay, but I got to listen to it first. Let me just tidy up my stuff, and yeah, sorry, I'm sure you guys can chat with you guys, whatever is. Just tidy up my stuff. By the way, this live stream is going to be online, so for those of you who miss this live stream, you still can watch it again. I mean, it's best to watch it live, so it's, you know, not so boring. But if you watch it alone, there's no live interaction. Okay, so I'm not sure if I have my Sigreal here. Let's look for it. And if I don't have it here, then I will have to listen to it again, and or listen to it offline and then reply to you. Okay, Hannah. The Janaba. Okay, I will need to listen to this offline and then maybe reply you offline. Okay, if I can't find it. There you go. Oh, this is gone. Yeah. Okay, Hanaba, I might need to reply you offline, okay, for that. Let me see. Next question. Is there a cheap version of the Legato? No. I mean, I'm not too sure what background or what country you guys are in, but if you ask me, $100 is not too expensive, it's not too cheap, somewhere in between. Okay, so when you say cheap, how cheap are you looking at in terms of a bass EIM? If you want cheap, then, well, the quality of it is different. That would be the Rosefinch. Okay, if you want something that is similar, or the similar bass shelf, okay, would be this one. Okay, so this is the rose finch, the KB ear rose finch, and this is, well, so-called cheap, yeah, the cheaper version of the legato. I mean, it's not exactly the same tuning as the legato, right? But if you want, in terms of bass, this is got comparable bass as compared to the legato. Let me just bring up the graph. Okay, so KB ear rose finch. Okay, and then you have the legato. Oh, why did I do that? Let me do that again. Rose finch. There you go. Okay, so if you look at these two IEMs, in terms of bass, okay, they have very similar bass level, bass, mid bass as well, and also the mids. Okay, it's almost similar. It's just that the treble is a bit different. Okay, but other than that, yeah, it's almost the same lah. Okay, but if you ask me, in terms of resolution, legato is definitely more technical, more resolution, sounds cleaner. Overall listening on this is, it sounds more quality lah. Okay, compared to the rose finch. But if you are on a budget, then yeah, the rose finch is your option to go lah. Okay. Alright, so next would be let me see. Okay, so no more comments. Let me just, okay, I'm caught up with the comments, so let's move on with the online comments and see what else. Most popular is S12. Okay. There's any more questions I can answer online? If any one of you is online now and you asked me a question in the comments and I didn't reply you, this is the best time to chase me down. Okay. What else? Please make a review of the KZZSN Pro. Don't think I have that. Cell Note 0 Hola TRN MT1 all in one set. That's a comment. Okay, mostly comments, I guess. I have a comment online here. J1321. Heyday impression. I think I gave my impression of the Heyday already. Yeah. It's let me try to remember. It's a very good IEM in terms of as a planar IEM. I've got very high regard for the Heyday, and it's actually, if I did a live stream and the Heyday actually ranked pretty high in my ranking. If you guys, I'm not gonna go through that again, but if you guys can just go through the history of my live stream. I did a live stream of the planar wars or something like that, and Heyday did pretty well actually. Okay, next. Hi Hanaba. Hey Ian, just curious about Singapore. Are there any homeless people there? In Singapore, yeah, there are quite a few homeless people. But what the government is trying to do is to help these homeless people and put them in a home. And these homeless people, right, they are roaming around in the streets, and they sleep in the parks, in a shelter or something like that, bus shelters sometimes, and then the government will try to look out for them and try to put them in some facilities and get them back into the grid kind of thing. But It's I don't think the government can help everyone, but that's what our government is trying to do lah. Okay. All right. Next, Elvin V. Oh yes, where can I audition the Legato in Singapore? Well, you could. Let me think. Good question. I think Larry does have it. I have it. Yeah. So if you can, I mean, you can hit up myself or Larry or someone from 7Hertz, and you can audition it. All right. Next question is Shadowhawk. I guess I'll start with a controversial question. SPC cables cheap down version of OCC? I come from a time where that is what people think. Okay, so I'm not a cable guy, but Kopi Okaya, he is the cable guy. And if you ask me, SPC cables, they sound, I don't know, a bit thin. Yeah, so that's my experience with SPC cables as compared to OCC. But I'm not the expert on cables, so maybe you can check with Kopi Okaya. Alright, so back to audio. If there's any questions here, I can answer. Okay, so this is a new question from Raji Hazari. ZVX or ZSN Pro X? Okay, ZVX or ZS10 Pro X. Let me just look for ZVX, ZS10 Pro X, and ZVX. Do I have it here? Ah, yes, found it. Okay, so if I remember correctly, ZVX is a bit shouty to me. ZS10 Pro is a bit shouty to me. ZVX has fixed that. Can't remember. Let me just look at the graph. And ZVX says ZV. Yeah, they're almost the same in terms of the graph. Let me listen to them. They should sound the same. But if I remember correctly, maybe it's the ear tips that I used. Oh, I even have my WU1 ear tip on this. I was listening to it. Okay, let's listen to this. You guys can talk amongst yourselves while I listen to it. No problem. And I think I probably might end this live stream in about 15 minutes time, and then I will do it again. Yeah, I'll do another one. If you guys like this type of live stream. Okay, let's listen to the ZVX. Okay, V-shaped. Yeah, vocals are recessed. Good rumble. Sounds clean, not really, but it sounds fun. Very textured. Alright. Okay, so pretty okay in terms of resolution. Now let's listen to the ZS10 Pro X. Can't remember It's been a long time since I listened to this. So let's bring it out. It's a good chance for me to, revisit all my old IEMs. Now, if you ask me, right, Hanaba, if you ask me, so far the latest tuning from KZ is a D5, and to me that tuning is the best from KZ, if you ask me. Okay, so I'm listening to the ZVX. The ZS10 Pro X. Okay, so the ZVX has got a wider soundstage. Yeah. This one doesn't sound as warm. The note weight is a bit lighter than the ZVX. ZVX sounds more fun, more textured. Yeah. And both sound similar in terms of the tuning. So yeah, these two sounds pretty similar, but this one in terms of technicalities has got more air. But other than that, the tuning wise, they sound pretty similar to me. Not much difference. Okay, let me just bring up I like this ear tips. Okay, so next question. Tusha Batek. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name properly. Okay, sorry about that. Tusha Batake. Your thoughts on Dunu Kima compared to the latest competition? Well, there's a lot of competition, so which competition are you referring to? Yeah, that's the question. But if you ask me, from my memory, Dunu Kima has got a very matured sound, very matured and solid performance in terms of sound. So yeah, I think Dunu Kima is a solid performer for its worth lah. Okay, I've tried ZS10 Pro X, but I don't like it. I prefer old ZAS. Okay, ZAS is a bit boomy, don't you think? In terms of the bass, yeah, that's one of the boomiest bass I've heard in terms of the KZ series. Sorry for the shake again. Yeah, but if you ask me, ZAS is very boomy. Okay, so that's for KZ ZVX and ZS10 Pro X. Okay, so let's move on. Maybe last comments. I'll go through the last comments, and then we'll call it a day for today, and then I can do it again if you guys like this type. It's next week. One more question. What shape ear tips do you like best, or do you just match it based on different earphones? Okay, Shadowhawk. Yeah, I match my ear tips based on the different earphones, and also the tuning of the earphones. So, like for example, this W1, okay, is a very grippy ear tip, and if any of the earphones don't really fit my ear, this will help me get the IM gripping to my ear. That's one thing. And then the inner ball of it also helps to bring out the sound and make it more, I would say give it a bit more treble, because this W1 is a bit more wide. Well, it's a normal ball, but it's quite wide lah. It's for a normal ball. So yeah, and then if I were to listen to like legato or something like that, I will also use the W1. Okay, that's a very good ear tip to use. Okay, next would be which IEM will be considered as an upgrade from Dunu Kima with a similar kind of tuning? Let me just look at Dunu Kima again. I can't remember. Okay guys, I can't remember so many things. Okay, so I need to refer back. That's why I have my graph. Okay, but graph is just for reference. I will need to use my ears to listen. So, oh, the bass is the sub bass rolled off. And what was the question again? Which IEM would be considered an upgrade with similar kind of tuning? Upgrade. I don't think there is any IEM that is similar in terms of the tuning of this. There is, but I can't remember which one is it. This drop here. Oh, I think no. It's actually quite different also, which is the high dis. Even the high dis also looks very different. The dip is very different. Yeah. So far, I've not come across one IEM that has got similar tuning to this in terms of what I hear. So anyway, for Duno Kima, I think it's pretty unique in a way. Yeah. Okay, so next question, Chef Steve, what is the brightest IEM? Oh, wow. Yeah, Stellaris is one of them, and is really bright. What else? There's quite a few actually. I'm not gonna name all of them, but yeah. Okay, IP, great stream, Ian. Looking forward to a weekly live stream. Okay, I'll try to do a weekly one, but if I can, it depends on my schedule lah. Okay, but I'll try if I can. Okay. Okay, last question. All right, let me just go through the last one and I'll call it a day. How can you transform from a bass head to a treble head, Ian? I've tried my best but can't move on from bass head IEMs. Okay, one thing about me is I'm being versatile. Okay, and also it is also based on my music playlist, right? In any hobby, in fact, in this audio hobby, very important is your playlist, what you like to listen to. So I have a wide range of playlists of genre of music that I listen to, and it's because of this wide range of music genre that I have that I can adapt very easily to any earphones because of my wide range of genre of music. Yeah, so that's the reason why sometimes I'm a treble head. I love that treble, I love that bitiness of the treble, and sometimes I just love that earth-shaking rumble of the sub bass. And how I wish I could have both in one IEM. So far, I mean, the closest is I can get there is legato, but it's not there yet, okay, to be honest. But I wish that there was an IEM that has got that earth-shaking rumble and that bright, sparkly treble at the same time. So far, I haven't found that IEM. So, yeah. Right, guys. So that's it for today's live stream. Thank you so much for being with me, staying with me, and keeping me company. I'll try and do this again next weekend, and then we can have a chat again. Right. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have a great evening or great morning, and I'll see you again in my next live stream. Cheers. Bye bye.